I think of ICE is the President Trump way of cleaning up and, giving the citizens, that the people that's here that want to be here, a chance to get in because they got so much connection, they throwing us away. We take us forever just to get one thing, and they just get everything. That's what I feel, but some of them are nice because they live in our area.
What was she talking about? I had no idea what she was talking about. All them people walking around behind her that looked like they would have made better subjects to interview. He picks this lady up. Pretty strange.
So what I think that is terrible, I've been here like 5 months. I'm new in this city. I love the country, I love the city, I love the Chicago style. But I think that Trump is not a good decision because I've been learning the history of the country, and I know that the Chicago is like an immigrant city, born like that. So it's something contradictory to send or make propaganda about the immigrants are bad or they are destroying our country. So it's a little ridiculous.
See, I don't agree with what he just said. If you listen to what he's saying, not everybody feels that way about immigrants. The way we feel is, at least the people that look at it the way I look at it, where we should have secure borders, you should come into this country the right way, not the wrong way. That's the majority of Americans. Most people in this country would tell you that they have no problem with immigration or immigrants per se. The problem is with what the last administration tried to do by opening the borders more than they should have ever have opened them, giving them benefits and doing any and everything they could do to get them on their voter rolls. Yes, I believe that's what they were trying to do. But honestly, for that young man there, the majority of Americans have no problem with immigrants. The problem is when things are done the incorrect way that ticks most Americans off.
And the National Guard, I feel like Chicago have been really violent in every neighborhood, even downtown. And they just doing too much. They shooting, they robbing. You can't even sit on your front porch no more. People just getting shot right in front of your face. So I do feel like he's doing the right thing.
Could be good and bad. I mean, crime might go down a little bit, but now people won't feel safe walking around. I don't know, man.
Back up! Back up! Game on now!
You know, as most of you know, I was a police officer for 33 years, 32 as an officer, and 1 year I worked as a chief. And the one thing I will say is that I cannot stand craziness, chaos, crime, people that are victims of crime. And I can't stand it because I spent more than half my life battling this demon, and I don't want to live around it. All of us remember when Lori Lightfoot was the mayor of Chicago, and we saw weekend after weekend after weekend the multiple shootings and all the crazy. I used to say to myself, I couldn't imagine living in a place like that. Who the heck would want to live in an environment like that? And I'm sorry, if you're a person that wants to live in that environment, there's something wrong with you. Seriously, there is something seriously wrong with you. Most law-abiding, moral citizens that aren't committing crimes or hurting other people to make them victims of crime would not want to live in that situation, okay? I want to be able to walk to the corner store. I want to be able to go out for a 5-mile run. I don't want to have to worry about getting carjacked or getting robbed or getting shot just because I just happen to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. And I don't want my family living in an environment like that. Now, I'm blessed where I live out in the country. I don't have to worry about none of this craziness. And I feel for people that live in these situations that want to leave and can't. But some of the people like the chaos. They like the crazy. You know, and I don't have a lot of sympathy for people that hurt other people. Actually, I have zero sympathy for people that hurt other innocent people. And like I said, maybe it's the cop in me, but I like law and order. And even though some people don't like what Trump is trying to do, they'll say, well, you're just all for a police state. You know, they're just trying to control, the government's trying to control you. You know what? What else has worked? You tell me what else has worked in the last 20 years to combat these issues that's going on in these big cities. How many black people have felt like they have just been, think about the black families that live in these, because the majority of these areas that are jacked up like this are impoverished, low-income black communities. Think of the black families that don't want to be there, that don't want to raise their kids there, but they can't afford to leave. And they're stuck in the middle of this crazy, surrounded by all this chaos and drive-by shootings and killings and all this stuff. Little kids getting shot and killed just because they were standing in their driveway, you know, playing hopscotch or jump rope, and a stray bullet that was meant for somebody else catches them in the side of the head. You know, I feel for the people that have to live in these communities that want out and can't get out. So I'm thankful for what Trump is doing. Do I know what the end game is going to be? No, I don't. But nothing else is working. And if you got to send in, I'm like, send in the freaking military, send in the SEAL teams, send in whoever the heck you need to send in to put a stop to it. And all these idiots that want to create the chaos and live their lives that way, lock them on an island like Snake Plissken in that movie Escape from New York, leave them all there. The rest of us will be just fine.
Move back, please. Move back. Okay, we're back. We're back. Thank you.
I'm not doing anything.
You know what really rubs me the wrong way when I see like these people laying on the ground? I'm not doing anything. They all claim they weren't doing anything. Yes, you were. You're getting in the officers' faces. You're screaming and hollering. You're creating a disturbance. You're doing a whole lot. And it's actually a blessing to see you face down in the grass with your hands behind your back, treating you like the criminal you are. I'm sorry, y'all. I don't have a lot of sympathy for these kind of folks. I'm tired of seeing all the content and all the video that's being uploaded about all the crazy that's going on across our country, whether it's in Memphis, Chicago, Atlanta, California. I mean, I can't even think of the other city that the administration is either in or trying to go to. I'm just ready to see a change. You know, I was ready 20 years ago when I saw all the craziness going on with Lori Lightfoot, like I said a little bit ago. They could have changed it for me then. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what the end game is going to be or what's going to come out of all this. The one thing I do know as a Christian man, I mean, I know that this world is coming to an end and that God is wrapping things up on this side of eternity. And sad as it is to say, I don't really see this getting much better. I really don't. And it's disheartening because I have young kids and I have grandkids and I want to see them all live in a world that's better, you know. So it's heartbreaking to see all the crazy and the chaos that's going on. You know, there's so much hate, there's so much division. It is literally heartbreaking, and I'm sure it breaks the heart of our Savior as well. So anyway, I just wanted to share some of the stuff that's happening right now in the Chicago area. Make sure you guys like this video if you haven't done so already. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel. And as always, love you guys, and I'll check you on the next one. Later.